Hi, welcome to today's video. I am so thankful that you're here. I am thankful that you're watching. I am thankful that you took the time to even give it a second thought. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I am Erin Turton, the non-traditional boss. And I am new to this platform on Instagram, so please bear with me. If you like what you see, please let me know. If you don't like or you have suggestions, please message me, send me a comment on Instagram. I am at the non-traditional boss. Here you can leave a comment and I will respond, and I welcome all kinds of feedback. I am here to learn, I am here to grow, and hopefully if you like what you see, you'll stick around and be part of the journey with me. So I am, for the first time in about a quarter of a century, looking for a job. It's true. I am taking time off for the first time in quite some time, and I'm absolutely loving it. That's what's allowing me to pursue this dream, and it's great, and I absolutely love it. But at some point I will need to go back to work and help Mr. T, who is my husband, provide for this family, because I have a pretty fancy lifestyle and can't expect him to do it all. So that being said, while I've been looking for a job, I've been surfing the web a lot and trying to figure out what new skills I may need to acquire to get a different job than the one I've had. I've had the same job with the same organization for 14 years. And while I have gained a great many things, I know that in order to do something new and something different, I will have to get more skills and hone the ones that I already have. So I was on Indeed.com and I was looking at an article, and they had compiled a list of 19 qualities they thought every great leader needed. And while I agreed with all 19, I am not going to read all 19 here today, because that would be boring, and frankly, I would get sick of hearing my voice for that long. So I picked the top 5 that I thought would be just, an overview, and kind of roll them into some experiences that I've had and how I use these things in my personal life and how it directly translates into me being able to be a great leader in my professional life. So I put this one at the top of the list because it's the one that I need the most help with, and that is being open-minded to other people's ideas. Now, I know this may sound like the easiest thing in the world, but as a self-diagnosed know-it-all, it's definitely not easy for me. I am very critical. I'm a very analytical brain, and I want to know how the end result works out the minute you've given me your idea. And while that may be a good in a discovery phase or in the discovery phase of a project, it is not good for brainstorming or for your team. So as a leader, I should not, and have done many times, and I apologize, dismantle their ideas or ask too many questions right from the get-go. Because my experience has been that when somebody comes to me with an idea and they are trying to solve a problem that they're facing on a daily basis that I may not be aware of. So it's my job as their leader to make sure that I shut my mouth and I open my mind and I ask engaging and open-ended questions. Like, please tell me more about that. How can I help you solve this problem? What is our biggest barrier? What is holding us back? Why haven't we solved this problem yet? Tell me how we can solve it. And that to me is what's being open-minded to other people's ideas. And like I said, I need all the grace in the world to accomplish this. And I found a really great quote that said, "Don't be afraid to be open-minded. Your brain won't fall out." And those are the kind of sage words that I need to get my heart right with the Lord. So we talked about being open-minded. The second thing on this list that I compiled is disciplined. And while I may struggle with the first thing on the list, the second thing on the list, the second and third thing, the fourth thing and the fifth thing, really the other ones are pretty easy for me. So being disciplined, it is something that comes very naturally to me. I am able to take on big projects, heavy projects, hard things because of the discipline I have, not only in my personal life, but in my professional life. And The Rock has a great quote on this. He says, "You should always be the hardest working person in the room." And I have no problem being that person. I will always show up. I will always give 110%. And there's a reason why I give 110. Because as I have led many teams and worked with a lot of people, I hear a lot that the leader or the boss or the manager gets paid more. And that's true. It's very, very true. However, if I'm giving 110%, I can expect that my team gives at least 100%. If I'm only operating at 70% and I'm not the hardest working person in the room, if I'm going at 70, they can full on say, well, she gets paid more, she should do more. And they're not wrong, but then I can only expect them to give 60%. But if I give 110, I can expect them to give 100. So, second thing, disciplined, like The Rock. Third thing, consistency. Now, in addition to discipline, I think consistency goes hand in hand because anybody can be disciplined for a day. But for how many days in a row can you be disciplined? I thrive in consistency. I love a schedule. I love accountability. I love doing the same thing over and over and over and over again until I get it right. And because I love those things and because I push myself in my personal life, I'm able to hold myself accountable and my team accountable to the standards which are known. I have a very strict standard for myself and I also have a very strict standard for my team. But because I'm disciplined and because I'm consistent, the answer is the same no matter what. So let me put this into a little bit of a real world situation. At my house, I have two boys. They love to play the Xbox. They love Fortnite. They love Apex. They love things I know nothing about. And I don't love that they play the Xbox, but we have rules. That's why we have boundaries and rules in this house. So it looks something like this. Tuesday afternoon. Hey, Mom, I'm done with my homework. Can I play the Xbox? No. But Mom, I already did all the things. Yeah, I know you did all the things. But guess what? It's Tuesday. We don't play on Tuesdays. But no buts. We play on Fridays and we play on Saturdays. Those are the rules in this house. And they stomp off to their room and they're fine in 5 minutes. And then Friday comes and they get to play and that's what the rules are. And in my professional life, it looks like this. Oh, hey, Erin, I'm really not feeling it today. Can I take the day off? Sure, I understand. I'm here for a mental health day just like everyone else. My immediate next question to that person is, did you find somebody to cover for you? Well, no, because you're the manager, so isn't that kind of your responsibility? No. If you didn't schedule paid time off, it's not my responsibility to find somebody to cover for you. So if you'd like to take a mental health day, I'm here for it and I will support you 100%. However, you will need to find somebody to cover your shift. If you can't make that happen, I expect to see you here at 12:15 and to work until 8:15. And those are the rules. And my team knows that. My team knows that I'm more than willing to give them grace and time off, but they have to find somebody to cover their shift if it's an emergency. So, being open-minded, being disciplined, consistent with your discipline, and that goes for rewards too. My team knows what the expectations are. They know what the rewards are when they meet those expectations, and they know what the consequences are when they don't meet them. So now we're moving on to resiliency. And resiliency in 2020 has meant a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but 2020 has been great for me. I have done more in the last 10 months than I probably completed in all of 2019. And I know that's not the same for everybody. I had a very unique set of challenges in the beginning of 2020, not just with COVID, but the year started with a car crashing 100 miles an hour into the side of one of the buildings that I manage. And that presented a whole slew of things that came after that. And that's how my 2020 started. That was in February. So that was even before quarantine and COVID and all of this. But what I learned in that first 24 to 48 hours of that huge event happening was, if I don't show up and with a good attitude and a positive attitude and I didn't know what the answer was. I didn't know what we were going to do. I didn't know how to solve the problem right away, but I knew that if I showed up and I had a good attitude and a can-do attitude, that my team would trust the decisions that I made. And that one, well, it wasn't one, it was a series of things that happened after that. But that attitude adjustment that I had of, okay, you may not have all the answers, but if you show up and you are positive and maybe you don't know what the next right thing to do is, but you just do what feels right for your team, that got me through the rest of 2020. And resiliency is all about how you show up when things are crappy. And it's easy to be a boss when things are good and things are easy and revenue is up and we're making money or the customers are happy or our NPS scores are great. It's fun to be a boss then. It's crappy to be a leader when the chips are down. But if you show up as the same determined, I was going to say happy, but determined attitude to make it through, your team will also help you make it through those super hard things. So be open-minded, be disciplined, be consistent, be resilient. And the last thing, always, always be loyal. Now, I know that may sound a little corny or not quite whatever, but what I've learned is that if your team knows that you will never sell them out, and they can make 100 mistakes along the way, but you will always have their back and you will always do what's in their best interest, and you're loyal to them and you're loyal to the organization, they will follow you to the ends of the world. They will do whatever you ask them to because they know that you have their best interest at heart. So be loyal. Don't ever sell them out. Always be there for them. Give your heart, your mind, your body, your soul to make sure they know you're there for them and that you would do anything to make them better. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, please send any feedback you have to @TheNontraditionalBoss on Instagram or leave your comments below. Please like and subscribe. Can't wait to see you again.